This is the Cats and Pudding Podcast. A melting pot of pudding. And now, here's Jen.
Everybody, welcome to a special episode of Cats, Pudding, and
Kitty. Meow.
We're together again, and we are filming from the San Gennaro Feast. I am so excited, and we have a very special guest. And I'm gonna let Kathrine introduce the guest because she's been doing it so well the last two guests. Because
yes.
you get to do the last one.
I get to do it for special reasons.
Yes. Oh, I'm gonna be the number one fan. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's our comic crush.
My comic
also.
crush.
Okay. First of all, I'm very excited. You know her from a podcast that I do with Chaz. We do our podcast together. Tara Cannistraci.
Thank God you said it right because you bust Chaz's chops all the time that he can't say it, and I thought you couldn't say it, so I was like, she's
So we have
Cannistraci.
Tara. To tell you the truth, I forgot how to say it.
I
myself.
know.
You liked how I did that, right?
My
I rip
extended
apart
podcast.
That's your extended
Girl.
podcast, girl.
So we have-
Cannistraci.
Yes.
I said it right.
You got
said
it
it right.
now.
I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah.
It just
Well,
slipped
that's
my
because you have a doctrine.
Your next...
mind. Doctrine. What am I? What
do you
am I,
have?
A priest?
What do
I'm
you-
a priest.
What do you have?
I'm a doctorate.
A doctorate.
Doctorate?
What am I?
She got a doctorate.
Doctorate.
Oh, a doctorate.
A doctrine is
That
like
sounds
what
so
am I
fancy.
carrying? What am I carrying the cross to Galilee?
You're carrying the cross to give the
Galilee.
Botox. It's on your shoulder while you give the Botox. So we have another. This day is filled with comedians.
Yes.
We had Eric D'Alessandro. We have Colin Quinn is after Tara, and
Yes.
Tara's here.
My
Yeah.
comic crush. That's my comic crush.
Oh, you're gonna have to fight
Before
it out.
Catherine,
No way.
I always told Catherine that was my comic crush, and then
did.
she was working with him, and I
No.
was like, oh my
tell
God.
you.
Wait, could she please tell your quick story about
Go
the
ahead.
cutout?
Oh,
ahead.
so on my first date with my husband, I was such a fan that one of my friends for my birthday gave me a cardboard cutout of Colin Quinn.
Oh
it was
my
a joke.
God.
Life size.
Life size.
Life
And
size.
so I put it in the front of my house, and I would come home and go, hi, honey, I'm home, as a
I
joke.
love that.
So my first date with my husband, you go on a first date with somebody, you don't think they're going to walk. I mean, I wasn't the type that they were going to come inside, but he walked me to the front door after our date, and when I opened the door, you saw
Colin, that's
cardboard
so-
Colin
Life
Quinn.
size.
And I was
I
like,
love
well,
that.
if this guy stuck around after that, even when we got engaged, he gave me tickets to see Colin
But you
Quinn's
said he
one-man
said something
show.
really funny.
So then Catherine, you were there. I did a show with Colin years later at a benefit in the Bronx.
Yes.
And I always gushed over Colin, and my husband and Colin finally meet, and Colin goes, oh, you're the husband, and Mike goes, you look better in cardboard. And he goes, I deserve that. She gushes over me. You're allowed to get your
I love
first
that.
shot in.
Isn't that funny?
I love that.
I want to
He's one
ask
of my
you a
favorites.
question. I was
Go.
asking Eric some questions, which I never ask you because on Chaz's, we usually talk about day-to-day stuff, you know. I want to ask you as a comedian, who is your favorite comedian right now today? If you had to pick one, who do you love? I know that's hard. It's like saying,
Right.
what's your favorite song? Who's your favorite
I guess
comedian?
aside from present company, like we just talked about Colin, who I just think I think he's in his own category.
He's amazing.
Yeah, I think he's separate than like regular stand-ups to me. He's also the king of the one-man show now. But like comics that I love, I guess comics that I work with, like because I don't sit around. You know this. Catherine's always like, let's go to this comedy show, and I'm like, I'm not going to a comedy
She
show.
don't go see other comics.
Why?
It's just you don't do it. If I work with them, like I took her to see one person I loved, Adrienne Appalucci.
Yes.
And because I feel like there's nobody like Adrienne, and she has a special coming
she
out
does.
now.
This girl crosses the line like you wouldn't believe.
And you go, oh my God, but it works for
Yeah.
her. I don't think there's anybody like her doing it. So I really love that. Like when somebody has a comedic voice that's not common. Because, you could really repeat each other after a while. Same ideas, same thoughts.
Yeah.
Same observations. So
Just
I think
move the words
Adrienne,
around. It's
yeah,
the same
Yeah.
jokes.
Josh Wolf, but I've been on the road with Josh, so of course I have a deeper appreciation for what he does because I'm watching it.
Right. Do you have any female besides her?
Adrienne, I love Tracy Carnazzo, who you know.
My friends.
Yes.
You know, I grew up with Tracy, right?
Yes. I
Yeah.
think she's somebody else who has a very specific voice.
Yes.
It's not what every other comic is doing. She has a different perspective.
Especially Italian comic.
Yeah,
Yes.
she doesn't even go that. Like, I'll
No.
play to that. I'll pander to the
No,
Italian.
she doesn't.
She doesn't do
She
that.
was on a different. She's
So I
she's
love
different.
that. I love voices like that are just different.
Yeah. So where are you playing now? Oh, so let's talk about a big deal for you in your career and where you're going. She just got a residency, her first residency.
Wow.
And it's their first time getting a comic residency.
Wow.
To do a residency. They've never done it. Tell them.
Niagara Falls.
Wow.
What's the name of it?
It's Yuck Yucks Niagara.
Very good.
It's actually little symbolic now because it's a little nostalgic. It's where I met Kathrine.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God,
We did
really?
a Sopranos thing in what did we do? Like a
You had a
meet and
Sopranos
greet?
event, and I the next night I was doing the shows with Vinny, so they flew me in a day early, and I came to your event.
Right.
Wow. So
And then
that's how I met her.
went to yours.
How long have you known each other now?
That's got to be 5.
It was before the pandemic?
Yeah,
How old are you, Tom?
maybe 20. I'm 44.
Don't-
It's all
I
right.
always
It's
ask, 'cause
okay.
I'm a doctor. I can ask,
Yeah.
and I do Botox. I always
Okay,
ask.
well,
if you don't want to answer,
44,
you
but
don't
after
have
you
to.
do my Botox,
She gets
maybe I
mad
could
Do
say
you
when
want to know
38.
what I do? My cousin died. My cousin
Well, my
gagged.
cousin-
They go like this when you go to a doctor's office where it's an open thing, no thing, or you go to CVS to pick up your, what's your date of birth? And I go, could I have a pen and a paper?
It's true.
There's my date of birth. What the fuck?
It's not public news.
What's your date of birth, Kathrine? No. Pen and paper, please.
Why you don't want to tell people how old you are?
No, it's not nobody's business.
Okay.
What is it gonna do? What is it gonna make you feel good? You got something? You figuring something out?
No, I wear my age as a badge of honor. I'm happy to tell people how old I
Oh,
am.
Mother
Yeah.
Teresa,
I'm
good for
not
you.
Mother Teresa. Play the violins. But so you know each other for 5 years.
About 5 years. I mean, I know it was before the pandemic.
But I
That
feel
was
like
4
we
years
were
ago.
talking to each other on Instagram for a while. It's got to be
Oh
before
yeah,
the
me and
pandemic.
you were trying to get together forever.
I knew that her and we just
just
started
connect.
talking on Instagram
Yeah.
because we have mutual people that we knew, and I'm like, I know when we meet each other, we're gonna love each other, and that's exactly.
Yeah.
Look, she bought me these beautiful earrings for my
They are
birthday.
beautiful. She's a good gift giver.
She is.
I will say she is a good gift giver.
I got a gift from you.
You what?
I got a gift from Kathrine Narducci.
Aw.
I love
I'm glad
you.
you like them.
I do. They're so pretty, right? But I just
They are
love
beautiful.
her energy.
Yes.
And I just knew we'd be friends. And I'm like, now we're in this homance together. Instead of a bromance, it's a homance.
Oh, I like
together.
that
And I love-
homance.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
So no, I just love her.
And I'm in a menage a trois. What do they call it?
Menage a trois.
With her and her
A
husband.
menage a trois implies all 3 of us are involved. It's just the 2 of them, and I'm the third wheel behind them. My anniversary this year, we went upstate. Me, Mike, and Kathrine.
To a very romantic dinner at Feast and Floral.
Up in Hudson.
That's so nice.
The room we stayed in was the king size bed for us, and she stayed in the twin bed next to us like our daughter. She wouldn't go in another room because she was scared of the big house we were in. So my anniversary was the 3 of us. And then her and Mike, it's nice. They walk off together.
So she could be on her phone doing her social
right.
media.
That's what I got to do,
All
social
right,
media.
Well, that's all right.
So you're doing, what are you doing in the feast? Why you were here, you came to feast.
I did, and then I did Italian words and phrases on the street because that's really been really popular. And then I ran into the guys here, and
now you also have a thing you're doing on your couch.
I am. It's called Coffee Talk.
Okay.
And
Cup of
she's
coffee.
doing 10 minutes.
10 minutes, cup of coffee in the morning with me every Monday morning. That's it, just 10 minutes.
In her robe.
In
Love
a
it.
robe, in
I love
pajamas. And
Do you
I
have
just
any guests
talk
on?
to you. I haven't done guests yet. I've done
Okay.
about. I've only had 2
Well, I can have
episodes out
coffee
now.
with you one day.
You
Why
have
don't we
coffee
do
with
that?
me.
We
You
should
come
do
on my
that.
couch.
I love to do that.
And we do
We
coffee.
can even Zoom it and just have coffee
No,
together.
let's get in person. That's the whole point. Is we got to be in person. We got to be
You know
together.
what? I agree with that. I feel like everything is not in person anymore, and I feel like we need to bring it back.
Absolutely.
Stop with the Zooms and stop with the lives. People need to be in person and
Even
human
the
connection.
even the setting
I like
the play
that.
dates. Where Catherine's a good friend is Catherine will be like, hey, let's do this. Hey, let's go here. She'll be spur of the moment. People don't do that anymore. Everybody has to have a plan. You're not good with plans though, so
No.
that's
No.
I always say I'm a canceler, not a
she's
planner.
the canceller. She's not a planner. But she, on spur of the moment, I
She's
can get a
great
meal.
on
You can
spur
get a
of the
coffee. You go
moment.
for a drink.
She's
You go
great.
into the city. We don't do that anymore.
But I
Everybody
like that about
plans. So do
Kathrine.
I.
Because I have run a business, so I'm like, I never know when I could do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, Kat, what are you doing? You want to go?
Yeah, spur of the
Yeah,
moment,
and we
last
go.
minute. So what was the last thing I wanted to say? What time do we have here?
We have a.
We got 10 minutes.
All right.
So here's
Before our comedy crush comes through the door.
wait, could I just say something?
Yes.
She does things with other people. I'm not saying don't do it. I even told her, I like the fact that she's doing it alone on her couch.
Yeah.
I like it's your take for
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
We get to see who you are.
That's
You don't
right.
need anybody
And very
on.
No,
personal.
you
Yeah,
don't.
You're
yeah.
should
enough.
do.
In this
Yeah.
one, you're enough.
Yeah. And it's
she's
10
doing
minutes.
her other podcast. She
Yeah.
does it with me. She does on the street. She does the stoop.
Right.
I like
Yeah.
the fact she's on. I said I like that you're in your robe
I agree.
too.
I do borrow
And she's
breads.
on her beautiful
Yeah.
couch in her house. It's a 10-minute take. Her point of view. You don't
That's
need to
cute.
do anything
And
else
Catherine loves
except
my
that.
couch.
Cute.
Catherine loves the house.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's just, I really.
And,
I like that.
but you know, I'm not trying
No,
to. Like,
no. It's just honestly,
I
it's so
think-
quick.
I was just
I like-
I was saying it to be facetious.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but
It's my
I
rant of the day.
Yeah.
I like that you're doing that. I think it's simple. It's not overcomplicated, and it's. I think when somebody talks alone, you know, I did 2 videos that I put up on a live. Something that upset me, and I forgot what it was.
I remember this.
during the pandemic.
I remember it.
I can't even tell you
The response.
I never in the what is it in your stories.
I remember that.
It was the most.
I remember
like, people
that.
responding and talking to me and sharing it than ever. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't even expect it. In fact, I was going to delete it. And it was just about a little rant about empathy.
Yes,
And the
I
witch
remember
hunts that are going on. People follow each other. Somebody says one bad thing and then about a person, and then everybody's on board waiting to attack
Yep.
on their little keyboard.
I remember
and
when you
it's just like
posted
there's
that.
like nobody's standing up going, hey, wait a minute. Like, let's hear that other person's side.
Yeah.
It's like no empathy and no, you know.
I love that
yeah.
you said you wanted to delete it and it went so wild. Those are the videos.
Yeah.
And I also
That's what
like
always
that. I
happens.
feel like I show myself with her and people love the moments with me, her and Chaz because they look like they're behind the scenes with friends.
Yeah.
But most of my stuff, comedy wise, is surface level stuff. My social media is surface level stuff. So like she's saying, people do get the inside. Like I'll talk
The scoop.
about
Yeah.
a lot of things that I normally would never speak
Yeah,
about
I like that.
publicly.
And I like, want to know something? I wouldn't like it if it was going too long. I was like, all right,
No.
already. Who
10 minutes, 10
I'd
minutes,
lose
cup of
interest.
coffee.
10 minutes. That's all this. We were just talking
We were
about
just
this.
talking about it.
With
That's
Eric,
what
attention span.
Yeah.
Well, we just
Nobody
say
has
jinx.
it.
We have to say jinx.
It's attention span.
true.
Like, how do you keep
Yeah.
people's attention?
It's true.
People
It's
get
hard.
bored.
People do,
100%.
especially the kids. They like, you could hold their attention for what?
I know.
3 minutes
And
on
that's
TikTok. That's
social
about
media.
It.
You're
Forget
right.
it. It's
It's
all
sick.
about retaining people's attention and,
And
who
I
wants
think
to watch
that's
anything.
why that's why people with like even watching shows and stuff. I think that's why the viewership is so low because the next generation is not doing that. They're just not.
It's
They're not,
sad and scary.
It
I
is
know.
sad. I wish they would unplug the internet for 1 year.
Catherine
Take
said
a
that
break.
on a
Take a
podcast
break
once. She wished we
for-
could take a break. Yeah.
We should. We took a break. The good part about 220 was I thought that everybody sat back, hung out, realized what was important, hung out with their families, and reset. And that was the great
On
part
the
of it.
lockdown?
On the lockdown. That was the only good part.
It was the
about
world's
it.
greatest gift
Yes.
and greatest.
Yes.
Tragedy,
It was
yeah.
a, it was a
Double-edged
blessing and
sword.
a curse.
Yes.
It was a
yin and a yang.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I'll tell you one thing. The lockdown was the big reset because I'll tell you what. Nobody was shopping. Nobody was
Nope.
going out. John, you could go. Colin's here.
Oh,
Yay!
good. Oh, now look, chopped liver. I am chopped liver for Colin and
All right,
gladly.
shuffle off,
All right,
shuffle off.
guys, sorry, do I get to keep my water? Can I keep my
That's
water?
Sarah jokes.
Can I keep my water? Colin, here, Colin. Nobody else on this
Okay.
bench had a cardboard cutout of you besides me.
Oh,